How we doing today? Today was a Monday with no news. So first, for anyone, just so I don't assume that everyone kind of has learned this already, but if you just hop on forexfactory.com, check out news and stuff. When we have different news events, right? Dang, dude, like choked on nothing. When we have different news days, right? Mondays with no news, no high impact news, which is red folder, you typically have slow price action days. Days that don't really have too much confluence or conviction behind them, at least for me and what I trade and what I've learned over time. So I came into today, wow, I'm struggling today, with lower expectations than normal about finding a trade. So the reason for that was no news Monday and where we were at in the charts. We had a few key points right here. This is a new week opening gap from this week. And we also have the old new week opening gap over here, right, that I marked out because we actually finally drew into that area. So a lot of things were going on. But anyways, I checked the news for this morning and I was pretty confident I wasn't going to find a trade. Looking through the rest of the week, Tuesday has no news as well. But I do believe I'll still be looking at the charts, right? Wednesday we have CPI, so that's good. So since we have CPI on Wednesday, maybe I'm going to be more hesitant on Tuesday to trade. Thursday we have PPI, so we have two good news days here. So Wednesday and Thursday should be having some decent opportunities. And then Friday, there might be some opportunity on Friday as well. So going into the week, I'm expecting a little bit slower action here. And actually, price action has just kind of picked up here, and I'll kind of go over what I was looking at. So reason for the day being a little bit looser bias and not really having too much conviction in what I wanted to take for a trade. This is the 4-hour chart, or the 1-hour chart, right? And I marked out this 4-hour imbalance right here, right? And I wanted to mainly see my main target to the upside would have been this daily high, right? Come back into this new day opening gap, sweep out this high in this imbalance, right? We could retrace the equilibrium after this move down, right? So that's what I was looking at going into the day. A lot of stuff that we can go over and kind of take note of today with where we're at in the charts. Market open was on this is 9 a.m. candle, right? So we dropped down. We had our morning somewhat slow Judas swing, right? Where we had price opened, we came down, and I want to highlight something here, off market open, right? Something that I've noticed on these candles here is these 15-minute volume imbalances, right? Here we had a 15-minute volume imbalance, and then we also have a 15-minute volume imbalance here. It's harder to see, but I'm going to mark it out and kind of explain what I've been noticing with this. So remember that these are 15-minute imbalances, right? So market open today. We trade down into the volume imbalance on the 15-minute, which is also a fair value gap, and we hold it very nice, which was interesting to see. I don't really know what you want to do with that information, but we also then get price to open a new 15-minute candle right here on 10 a.m. 10 a.m. open. We trade down to this small gap here, and it's hard to see, but we trade to this volume imbalance here that we had, which then pushes price back higher. So that was something I noticed that I haven't, that I've been noticing a little bit. Someone mentioned in one of my videos, and I've been kind of just looking at those areas and seeing how price reacts in those levels. But anyways, so I didn't have a bullish bias or a bearish bias. Overall bearish on the higher time frame because of where we're at in the charts, right? We've been selling off until we displace through a high. I have no real ability to say that we're going higher, right? We could be starting the ultimate buy model, right? We could be starting something like this, which I wouldn't mind seeing. I also wouldn't mind seeing us sell more. It really doesn't matter to me because I'll just respond to what the charts tell me. But anyways, going to the day, I wanted to see this 4-hour fair value gap either get ran through, us draw higher, and then get some sort of reaction, right? Because we have all this low resistance liquidity right here. This just overnight buy up is just a little bit too Slow and clean in my opinion. That I want to see this just start getting ran or rebalanced, right? Which I think what we did when we take off the daily candle, we retrace the equilibrium. In terms of the whole move down, we retrace the equilibrium as well. So we kind of completed our objective, and now we're in a spot in this 15-minute, right? I want to see us drop into this 15-minute imbalance and see what price does from there. But anyways, going over the actual price action for today. For me personally, I wrote this in my notes, and this is kind of something I want to mainly go over, is loose conviction day, as it's a Monday with no high impact / no news Monday, will take a setup if it's A plus or super A plus with proper narrative behind it. Overall, the higher time frame is super bearish, but since so low on the weekly chart and the daily chart, or since been selling off on the daily chart, I will only risk 100 per trade and look to scale / pyramid in more if I find a trade. So I was only going to risk 100 on a trade instead of 200 because it was a no news Monday. So even if I got a great setup, I was only going to risk 100 because there's no need for me to risk 200 on a day where I already have less conviction, right? So even if the setup showed up, knowing that it could be less probable, I'm not going to leave it, but I'm not going to take it with much risk. And then I said, I'm more focused on following my rules than anything else. And that's something that's going to start changing with my trading, is that I will only be focused on following my rules from now on. I have no expectation for winning. I have no expectation for finding trades. I have no expectation for anything, passing my evaluation, passing getting payouts. I'm not setting any expectations on any result-oriented thing. All I'm focusing on for the next rest of my time trading is, can I stick to my rules? Can I follow my process? Can I follow my plan as perfectly and as streamlined as possible, right? There's always going to be trades you could avoid, things to learn from, but if I can just follow my rules to a T and really give myself a chance in that aspect, that's all I can really ask for. That's all you can do as a trader, is follow your plan perfectly. So I'm more concerned about following my rules than anything else at all. I'm able to, and what that does is it gives me the freedom to come into the day and not force anything, right? Because when I go over and review price action, like right now, right, notice where we deliver from. This is also something I'm trying to start keeping track of. We have the news driver 830 low here. Price trades up to that low to the tick and sells down, right? My target for the sell model, because after we started rejecting here, I wanted to see lower. I wanted to see this low, and then the new week opening gap. This was a 4-hour imbalance right here that we're bouncing out of. And this was a new week opening gap that I want to see price come back down to, because we have some type of level here, and we actually end up coming down, respecting it very nicely. So that being said, and I wonder, do we have an SMT at this low? That will be extra confluence. 11, 11, 16, 11, 11. We do not have an SMT there. But let's see here. But anyways, we trade up into that old previous low that can become like a support or resistance level. And this is where I was starting the framing narrative, right? We run through this imbalance here on this candle. I'm not taking an inverse here because this is just such a big stop loss, and you're really targeting here. Obviously, if you targeted this low or the new week opening gap, it would be a big trade. But I don't really have the conviction to place an order here and let it trade all the way down here. With this big of a stop loss, I would want to see some type of retracement back up to this area, stall, and then displace through a low. We just get a very efficient price run, and this is something I was glad the tape read, right? And that's the thing. When you come into a day, right, I kind of expected not to take a trade today. I ended up locking my account out after 11 when I didn't see anything I really wanted to take. But coming into a day like this, you have to realize your opportunity in the market and realize that, okay, there might not be a trade, but that doesn't mean there won't be. And that also doesn't mean that it's not a great day to learn from price action. Just because it is probably a day I can't find a trade doesn't mean price isn't going to deliver, and doesn't mean price isn't going to show you things and repeat different patterns, and you can learn from it. So I traded today with zero expectation of anything other than following my rules. So this is 2 days straight that I'm very happy with. 2 straight days of following my rules perfectly, right? We had Friday, perfect day, and today, perfect day, right? I followed my rules. I didn't rush anything, didn't force anything, I didn't over leverage, I didn't do anything wrong, right? It's easy when you don't take a trade because you can't really break rules, but I didn't even miss a setup. I didn't hesitate on anything, right? There's just nothing for me here, right? This price run was so efficient that we tapped this 1 minute, boom, sell off, boom, displacement, right? We never even pull back into this imbalance. That's why I think price will be drawing towards this imbalance here. If we can reach up into it, this is where I think price is going right at the moment. We end up just selling slowly. Boom, what do we get? These order blocks end up holding perfectly, right here. Order block holds, sends price lower. What do we get? We get another order block. Order block holds, sends price lower. Order block holds, sends price lower. Order block holds, sends price lower, right? It's just a very, very efficient day in price. Where do we sell off to? We sell off to this 4-hour imbalance. We dip down again. All right, we hold bearish structure, boom. And then the first trade that I actually wouldn't mind taking if I was trading today, or if I was looking for a trade, would have been this 2-minute inversion right here. And the reason for that is because we have been selling off all day. We have been selling off 200 plus points. We hit an area where we expect the price to reject, right? I'm already anticipating some type of reaction here. We inverse a bearish gap. That's the first time we get a bearish confluence getting disrespected like this. We have a bullish imbalance. Your stop could be 32 points or 25 points. Your first target would be this high because that's a 15-minute fair value gap, and it's 41 points, a 1 to 6.5. You could scale and then leave runners. Right, so this trade I would not mind. I also don't mind this trade because we then end up putting in a bullish order block here on the 1 minute after getting a nice algorithmic looking buy up here. I would get a lot more confidence when this thing got ran through, and we do here, right? And then this candle closes above this bearish fair value gap, so you know that you're going to at least hit this high. So this could actually be the first scaling point because on the 1 minute, this is actually the first real imbalance that has been left. Right, so this would have been 60 points, and then you'd be able to let your runner go. So this overall was a good trade here. I didn't take it. I didn't have conviction in that live time, but looking back, that's where I can learn from it. But I'm not disappointed with not taking that trade. I have no emotional reaction to it, right? Because I got the come in today and get a lot better. I got a lot better without taking a trade, and the reason for that was that I came in with no expectation to place a trade. I came in with just the mindset of, let me follow my rules, let me look for the things I understand in price, and let me watch price play out with no attachment to the result, right? A lot of times, if I have the conviction that we're going to come down to this low, and we're here and we sell off through here, and we never quite get a pullback to a 5 minute or any fair value gap, I start getting anxious, I start getting upset, I start getting FOMO. But today I was able to let myself just have no emotions to price and just watch price deliver for what it is rather than what I want it to be. And that was a very nice way to be able to watch price today and kind of just learn and get better and not really have to stress myself about placing a trade or winning or losing or anything like that. And just let price be and learn from it, right? So we now have this 5 minute balance that I don't think we'll come back to before going to this 15 minute. But yeah, so today was a very, very clean day overall in price action for a Monday. It didn't deliver me any great setups that I love taking, but it doesn't mean that, it wouldn't have worked. Like if today, if I would have taken off the guardrails and said, you know what, I'm going to look for trades, right? Where could I have possibly got in? On this move up from market open, right, where could I have taken trades if I was just taking anything I saw, right? And obviously that wasn't the case. Market opened here, boom. The first trade, nothing here. Okay, we're not getting anything here. This is all just chop. I'm not really interested. Okay, we come up here. Okay, with this thing inverse. Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay, next move. Boom, we come up here. Okay, do we have anything clear here? This fair value gap, I don't like the inverse just because we have these lows here. Boom, okay, we sell off. We still hold this imbalance. Boom, we rally up. Okay, this fair value gap, can I short it? Okay, let's see if we can get this fair value gap, this close. Oh, it closes down here. Okay, I don't really like it. Boom, no trade, right? Sell off, sell off, sell off. Do I like anything else on the 30-second over here? No, I don't like anything here. Boom. right? And this is just kind of how I go through my day. The review, did I really miss anything? Was I hesitant, or was there just no opportunity? Okay, we sell off, boom. I want to see now this low in the 4 hour before I take anything. Okay, we come down. We have no displacement through here. We have no fair value gap getting inverse. We sell off again. Okay, this area now here looks good. Doesn't get inverse. Boom, sell off again. This area here. And that's why I say this would be the first trade. And that's how I can frame it. So even if I did take a trade today, right, I didn't have the conviction to, but it's nice to know that the only trade that I like would have worked, right? And that's cherry picked, yes. It's hindsight, yes. But I just went through my logic of why I don't like any other inverse and why I don't really like any other setup and what I was waiting for. So it builds confidence on days like this where I don't get a trade, to build confidence and look back at the charts and be like, look, I was patient. I wasn't expecting anything in price. I didn't feel comfortable. And even if I did feel comfortable, it would have worked today, right? And this is a nice reaction out of this fair value gap, this immediate rebalance here into this order block, this 5-minute order block here. And that is maybe high, low, higher, high, lower, low. This is a unicorn right here if it taps that 5-minute, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, overall price delivered very well today. I'm happy with not taking a trade. I locked my account. It's still at the current balance of 1,350 over, which is cool. Again, I'm only focused on following my rules, and I think that if I can stick to that focus and just really remind myself every morning when I wake up, and I feel like I'm finally turning a new leaf with it because, new page, whatever the saying is, but I'm starting to be more calm when I wake up. I'm starting to be more process oriented when before I was results oriented, because I know that if I can really just keep building the process, and I can find positivity in losing if I know I'm doing the right thing. Because before I wasn't doing the right thing and I would lose, or I was doing the right thing and I wouldn't do the right thing and I would win, but I didn't win like I should have, and I did bad things, and it just always felt like I was not really helping myself out. So now I have this excitement to come and trade in the morning, rather than fear, because I know that if I do the right things, regardless of the outcome, I'm getting better, and regardless of the outcome, I probably will succeed, because I know what I'm looking for. I know how to trade. I know when not to trade, and if I just put the pieces together, we have all the skill set we need to be able to trade like we would love to. So that's pretty much just where my head's at and where I'm going to try and continue to get to. But again, looking at price action, right? This trade here would have been fine, right? Finding a trade off this sell-off would have been fine too. I don't have any conviction really in any entry models here. That's something maybe I just have to grow into over time. Maybe these order block entries is someone's strong suit right here. Maybe you really like to take, when you see this fail to get into this imbalance and sell off, right? Maybe you like to sell from this order block, and maybe you like to go short right here and keep your stop at the fair value gap and target lower. I have no idea. I don't know if that's how someone trades, if that's possible, whatever. It doesn't matter, because I have my system and I know what works for me and I know what I like to look for. So overall, again, just a super good day. And that's kind of where I wanted to talk about, just mainly how I'm trying to manage and change my expectations, and kind of change how I look at the charts and how I kind of just focusing only on my process, only on my rules. I really just want to drill that in to anyone watching, because it is the only way. It is the only way to become consistently trading. If you want to hit the numbers you want to hit, if you want the results you want, right, you cannot focus on it. And it's so hard to get to that point, and I'm still trying to strive to that point, right, and arrive at that area where I can just, be calm in my decision to be calm, right, in a sense. Because if you can trade with a level head, then you make better decisions, and then you can just give yourself the freedom to lose. And once you can give yourself the freedom to lose, now you have the license to win. So it's really just a mental battle. And every day I wake up now, and I'm going to try and I'm going to try and say, the first thing on my mind will be follow your rules, and everything else will fall into place, right? If you just stay disciplined, and I'm telling myself this, if I stay disciplined, if I wake up, I think about my rules before I get on the charts, and then I get on the charts and I look around and I'm like, okay, what do I want to see? And only take trades based on things I wanted to see, right? If it goes against your plan, a no news Monday, and you don't really have an idea where the bias is, and you don't have a clear draw on liquidity that you have utmost confidence in, then just learn, get experience, right? I got experience today when I saw this rejection candle here and I saw this place lower and I saw it was run on price, I had conviction to start looking for this low, right? And I could anticipate some type of reversal here. Now I've built conviction up with the new week opening gap high from previous week. I've grown conviction in it being an area that we could look to draw to with other confluence. We have a 4-hour imbalance. We have these lows, right? We have equilibrium of this range. There's a lot of things that are going on here that I can learn from. And if I were to just look at today like, oh, I didn't find a trade, cool, move on, I'm not learning anything. I'm getting better even on the days where I'm not trading, where I'm just observing price and learning from it. So don't want to keep this video super long. I know I make a lot of long videos, and this is already 20 minutes. So I appreciate everyone that watches these videos. We've had a nice recent few string of videos doing well, so I appreciate everyone that watched them. Don't expect today's video to do big numbers because, it's a No News Monday, man. No one really is too curious about just hearing my analysis on the market. But again, this channel is for myself to learn and to review price and study. So, I like seeing big numbers when my videos get posted as well. But this is today, and this is all I can, analyze from today. And I can't, go over a trade I didn't take, and I can't show a video of a trade I didn't take. So, but this is a very valuable day, just as valuable as wins, losses, and whatever. And it's 2 straight days, so we have a 2-day streak of following our rules completely. So let's keep that going. If anything else happens, I want to keep that streak going because I know I'll be profitable if I can do it. So appreciate everyone watching the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we find a trade, but no expectations being set. Hopefully you guys get outside, do something fun, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.